Hey, this is Sky, and this is Sky's World. And I wanted to make a quick video and tell you guys some more about my memoir and about my life. And I wanted to talk to you about business. And I wanted to teach you guys how to start a business. Now, I'm sure there's tons of different models to do this. I'm just going to tell you mine. I'm going to try to go through two quick scenarios that I've done of two different businesses. I've owned many businesses. And these are two from scratch, completely from nothing scenarios where I started very successful businesses. So the first time was in 1992. I was in Santa Cruz, California. I was broke. I was renting a room. I didn't even have my apartment. I was just renting a room in a house with five other people. Each of us had a room. It was kind of a hippie flop house. My room must have been, $200-300 a month. Place was a total shithole, and I wanted to start a business, and I was sick of. I was working at pizza parlors, and I was working at Domino's Pizza. This was back in the 30 minutes or less delivery days, and I punched out my boss, knocked that motherfucker right out, got fired, and it was like, you know what? Instead of going back to the streets, I'm going to start a legit business, and I've always been business minded, so let's do it. So me and Jason, my best friend, we went and started a landscape company. Both of us had worked for landscape companies before. He had had more experience than me. I had only had very minimal experience, but I had worked for a landscape company before, mow, blow, and go, simple kind of thing like that. But my experience was maybe 2 months. It wasn't very long, but I was familiar with it. So this is what we did. We started off with nothing, no money, no loans, nothing. I had a van, not even a pickup truck, and the van was set up to live out of with a bed, and it was like a conversion van. So I pulled the mattress out of there, pulled anything that I thought would get fucked up, had carpeting on the floor, pulled that out of there, and stole two trash cans, stole them from the neighbors when they put them out for trash day, and after the trash men emptied them, I snatched them, and that was what I was going to put people's clippings with. We took and went to the hardware store and bought the cheapest set of clippers, handheld clippers and shears, handheld shears, not electric shit, automatic hand, operated shit that, old school. And we bought two rakes. Must have spent a total of $25-30. Got totally bullshit stuff. Went and made flyers. The flyers were not, this is before, we didn't have computers. Computers existed, but we didn't have printers, computers. We didn't know anybody that had that. We were broke. We took and drew out flyers with pen and went to Kinko's back when they had copy places. Anybody my age remembers Kinko's. Went down to fucking Kinko's and got like 1,000 flyers, a shitload of flyers, whole box of them, and we hit the bricks. We went and we hand delivered them to everywhere in town, neighborhoods, door to door, parking structures, parking lots, everywhere. Every single day, we delivered tons of those things. Waited for about 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, didn't get a single goddamn call. Finally, we got a call. Finally, we got a job. This guy says, come over to the east side on Santa Cruz and prune up his favorite two bushes. And so we went over there and we did it. We got the check, and it was like $25, and we took and reinvested that and bought some more equipment. Didn't pay ourselves a dime. Reinvested the whole $25. Didn't even go buy beer. The guy called us up the next day and said, hey, I'm glad you guys came out so promptly, but you pruned the wrong two bushes. You fucked up. You actually pruned two that I didn't want you to prune, and he was pissed. We ruined our first job. How dejecting could that be? But the guy was cool. And he was like, you know what? I have a small business myself. He's an entrepreneur. And he was like, I'll give you guys another chance. I'll pay you again. He's going to give us a second check. Come out. Make sure you do the fucking right one this time. We got out there. He had an actual note taped to each bush with saying this one so we wouldn't fuck up, so we knew which ones to put. And we did it. We ended up 4 years into it, had two or three, I guess we had 3 trucks running. We had employees. We had regular accounts, commercial accounts, apartment complexes, trailer parks, residential accounts, rich people mansions, all that kind of shit. We were rocking and rolling, making tons of money. I could drive around town and point out almost any fucking block we drive on. I don't care where you are in goddamn Santa Cruz. I could drive around any fucking place in that town and be like, I did that lawn, I planted that tree, I did that bush, whatever, whatever. We sold the company successfully. It was in 1996. Bounced out of town, moved to LA, and I sold the company to a husband and wife team, who then they sold the company, and they were friends of ours. This guy Sean, and I forget the wife's name. They ran it successfully for a year or so, and then they broke up and sold the company to this chick Shonda, and she owned it for years. I don't know, Shonda, if you're watching this video, comment below, tell me how you're doing. Me and Jason's still hanging out, and tell me what's up with Garden of Eden. That was the name of the landscape company. Now, I'm very proud of that scenario because we literally started with nothing. And people try to tell me, oh, I can't start a business. I don't have this. I don't have that. Motherfucker, you don't need nothing. Just go do it. That's all we did. Nothing stopped us. We weren't going to take no for an answer. We weren't going to, no matter if we fucked up on our first job. So that was the first scenario. The second one, I'll try to get to it real quick because the video is getting long, was the motorcycle shop. Everybody knows me that knows me now, knows us, me and Jason, because of Sinister. And we have a very successful motorcycle shop that we've owned for 18 years now. We've been in tons of magazines. I have had an amazing amount of success and recognition with this shop, and I'm very proud of it. I own the shop. I don't rent the building anymore. I own the goddamn structure, and it's a good feeling. And, you know, so we started in Los Angeles. Well, currently the shop is in Florida. So, you know, we moved the shop. But we started in Los Angeles. I was living in a neighborhood called The Jungle off of Washington Boulevard, kind of downtown West Side. Total shithole neighborhood. It may be gentrified now. Back then it was not. It was gangland, Gang Junction area. We had 4 gangs or so, MS on one side, 18th Street on the other side. So you got to take your pick. They're at war with each other. We had Peace Stones on one side, and they claimed blood, I believe, and then the Crips on the other. So it was a hot neighborhood. You got to be careful how you zigzag through that fucking neighborhood. Be careful what color shoes you're wearing. Be careful what you walk out of the house wearing the wrong color shirt. You better be on the right side of the fucking street. So we started our shop down there. Nobody wanted to come down and hang out with us. We didn't rent a building. You know, you guys are thinking about, oh, you had a shop. We didn't have no shit. We didn't have nothing. We lived in a fucked up little house with a carport where we parked our cars out front with a little covered overhang. I went and bought a $30 toolbox from Pep Boys, and that was it. I mean, it was not a cool toolbox. Little folding thing that like a chick would buy for her Jetta or something and put under the seat and never see again. That's what I started a fucking motorcycle shop with. So anybody sitting there saying, well, I need loans, I need to go to this school, you don't need shit, man. You just got to start it. Get off your fucking ass and do it, you know? And so we started. I went and bought a bike, fixed it up, flipped it, sold it, made a profit. Me and Jason were doing that regularly. We ended up selling 3 or 4, 5 bikes a month, flipping these things, making $1,000 profit on every single bike we put our hands on. I had a legit job, but I'm making more money at the after work, sitting around the house, fucking with bikes, flipping these things on the weekend through Cycle Trader and this and that, $4,000 or $5,000 cash a month in my pocket doing that shit. And I ended up was just like, fuck this job. I'm quitting my job, and just took the leap and did it and said, I'm going to do this full time. That was probably 2001, 2002, somewhere around there is when I decided to really take that full leap. And I've never had a fucking regular job since. And right now it's 2019. We've been rocking and rolling. We make handlebars for Harley Davidson. We're looking at deals all over the country with people. We're doing it. And it all started from that stupid toolbox in the fucking ghetto with nothing. We reinvested everything we had. We finally, were able to, I started a retail store in 2008 that a lot of people are familiar with. We did band promotions under the same Sinister name. And I put fucking bikes up on stage, put bikes in a concert, throw a heavy metal concert, throw our Sinister t-shirts out there, promote the shit out of it, do a whole concert with one purpose only, and that was just to promote our brand. We did all of this from nothing. So I just wanted to let you know, I'm going to end the video here and just let you know you can do it. You just have to get an idea. Don't listen to your friends that say you can't do it. Don't listen to your stupid parents that tell you not to. Just fucking do it. Prove everybody wrong. This is Sky's World, and I'm out.